Alina has restored her quadruple salchow.
Hurrah!
The 16-year-old figure skater is missing her second season in a row due to injury. "Never give up," wrote the athlete's coach Yevgeny Plushenko. Plushenko about Zelina. Veronika Zelina has back pain, so she was not included in the preliminary list of test skates due to health reasons. I have one story about what Veronika needs to do, and her mother has a different position. This is her child, her own daughter, and so they decide what procedures to do, what treatment to choose. I am not against it, let them do it. The girl is now going through a difficult stage in her career. For our part, we have done everything to solve her back problems. We recommended the best specialists. Now I have let the situation go, and her mother is taking care of her daughter. The injury was received 4 years ago. Plushenko about Valieva. Sonia is training, preparing for the Russian championship according to plan. She has recovered from a cold. TUTBERIDZE group held an open training session before the Russian championship. Ever since Eteri TUTBERIDZE's newest sports complex opened in Yasenevo, the coach's staff has regularly attracted the public with new activities. Just recently, an open training session was held to raise funds for Arena Parsegova when TUTBERIDZE repeated the experience, test skates before the Russian championship. It sounds loud and new. There was no draw. The order of the skaters' performance was determined in advance. First, the pairs appeared on the ice. Now the event had a host, Maxim Trenkov, and he wittily noted, 4 pairs are allowed to go out for one warm-up at the same time, and this time as many as 5 skated. Oh well, the main thing is that it's spectacular. It's not like someone will have to go out for a separate warm-up later. The hall, full, although the tickets cost 5,000 rubles, was delighted with the short program of Alexandra Boykova and Dmitry Kozlovsky to the music from the film Kill Bill. This production became a breath of fresh air in the current figure skating. Clear lines of movement, iconic music, and recognizable images did their job and did not leave anyone indifferent, even the coaching staff itself. "Let's wish the guys good luck at the Russian championship," said TUTBERIDZE after their performance, hinting at the possibility of another gold of the national championship for her charges. As the current season progresses, Mishina and Galiamov are stronger so far. By the way, another cool idea from Eteri Georgievna's staff, the coaches commented on each performance, and sometimes even gave the floor to the athletes, although some of them were skeptical and even wary about this. It's cool that the organizers took care of how to maintain contact with the audience and not let them get bored. Both men and women took part in the second warm-up. That is, 7 people. The safety rules came out of the chat. The guys literally stamped out Ultra SI, performing them at the very beginning of the 6-minute period. Arseny Fedotov presented an incendiary and dance program to the music of the group Queen. The audience applauded while standing during the step sequence. However, after the performance, an unexpected joke was still made towards the skater. "It's nice to look at you. You're so sharp, fast." Probably, you need to have such training sessions every day to see such a diligent and energetic Arseny. Daniil Glychengaz commented on Arseny's performance with irony. "How old are you? 15? At this age, Arseny is looking for himself in life. We hope that he will find himself on the ice and love this type of activity as much as we love it." This is how Eteri Georgievna hinted at the difficulties of Fedotov's growing up, which may affect his athletic performance. Andrei Mozilev had an epic fight with 2 quadruple jumps in the short program. The jumps were made with mistakes, and TUTBERIDZE suggested replacing them with a cascade of 2 triple jumps. You can't win in a short program, but you can lose. The scales tipped more towards 3-3 than 2 quads. I wanted to go to the Russian championship with 2 quads, but it seems Andrei is not yet confident in himself. Or is he? Laughs. The final decision has not yet been made. Eteri Georgievna gave out inside information. However, Andrei stood his ground and did not agree to lighten the content. One can only guess what kind of content he will aim for at the national championship. Dasha Sadkova pleased the fans with high and confident jumps during the warm-up, but during the performance itself, something went wrong. By the end of the program, the jumps literally fell down and the impression was blurred. Despite the fact that the encouraging, "well done," was heard from the stands, TUTBERIDZE was dissatisfied with the performance and slightly scolded her student in front of the audience. Dasha is always just a good girl. But we would like her to have medals and not just a good girl. We need to understand that sport is about overcoming fear and fatigue. Daria needs to learn to overcome this fatigue in the program. Then she will be a real athlete. You need to be able to skate on tired legs. We will learn. We will try at the Russian Championships, said the coach. One of the most dramatic warm-ups was for Sonia Akativa. She tried a quadruple toe loop several times, but it just didn't work out. Perhaps Akativa, who returned to the competition after a serious injury, had the greatest motivation, and it was to her that the fans wished good luck the loudest. Despite everything, Sonia pulled off a wonderful fully rotated toe loop, and the entire program was completed without any visible errors. In addition, the skater even managed to sing along during her own performance. Not every skater can be seen multitasking like that. Well, the skates ended with a brilliant performance by Adelia Petrosyan with a triple axel and quadruple toe loops. Despite the fact that the program looked polished down to the smallest detail, TUTBERIDZE revealed a little secret to the audience. Am I mistaken, or is this the first clean skate of the free program? No, I'm not mistaken. Really, it's very beautiful. Let's wish Adelia to stop being nervous at competitions and show her clean skates. After the skates were over, an autograph session with the coaching staff was held in the foyer. The spectators hoped that the athletes would also come out, but the skaters preferred to rest. Nevertheless, the organization was at its best, and every effort was made to ensure that the line did not drag on forever. The Iron Lady of our figure skating did not leave without gifts either. At the end, TUTBERIDZE showed the remaining fans her beloved dog Michelle, and even took a few photos with her. Open training sessions are a truly unique story for figure skating and are only gaining momentum. Athletes simultaneously train and gain experience performing in front of spectators, and all this also pleases the fans. And again, sold out with tickets for 5,000 rubles. That says something. Alisa Voeglazova believes that she needs to be less nervous at competitions. The quadruple lutz goes well at training. I need to get myself together at competitions and be less nervous. How can I do it? Better if you give me advice on how to be less nervous, haha. I don't know. It's nice when everyone claps after each jump. Is the goal to win the Russian championship? The goal is to show clean performances, everything I can, and give my best, the figure skater said. Anna Pogorelaya believes that Kamila Valieva's doping case could have been set up. In tennis, the world's #1 IGA Swiatek was recently caught on trimetazidine. She was given a month's disqualification. What do you think? In tennis, everything is organized differently. The Russians travel to competitions, and we, you see, have to sit. Well, some people are not punished severely, and in other cases they inflate the situation. Politics. In figure skating, doping is difficult in principle. Why? It is a complex coordination sport, and it can be harmful. I was once given regular permitted vitamins. We did not check the dosage. But I was so shaken up that it was impossible to get myself together on the ice. You stop feeling your body. You don't believe in Valieva's doping? I believe that these are some games with the goal of removing us, not allowing the first 3 places at the Olympics. If everything had been known in advance, the athlete could have been replaced. It was as if they specially announced everything after the team tournament. But was there doping? Or was it set up? I think it was partly set up. A complicated story. The sample was taken at the Russian Championship, then it was somewhere for a month. Its analysis was overdue. What was done to it during this time is unclear. Our girls are not stupid to take. Then why the version about the strawberry dessert? It is unlikely that Camilla's defense can be called worthy. They say correctly, you drink something, turn away, that's it, you don't drink from there anymore. I don't really know the version about the strawberry dessert. I'm judging by the facts. The sample from the championship was delayed, and the sample at the Olympics was clean. There shouldn't be any more discussions. I even heard that Camilla seemed to have fallen on purpose so as not to get on the podium. After the free program, Valieva took the final 4th place. As she said after the performance, at least the girls will be awarded. I think it could have worked on a subconscious level. She analyzed it after all. I was very upset about the situation and about the fact that they didn't protect the girl. I should have filed a counter-appeal against the lab, put pressure. Why didn't they protect her? I think we just have weak sports jurisprudence. They couldn't protect us in a situation where everything was not on our side. It was possible to sue for disclosing the name. But does this cancel the fact of doping? But there were grants. And at the same time, a 4-year suspension? And for others, a month. I think everything is against us. Everything was done to deprive us of the entire podium at the Olympics, said the bronze medalist of the 2016 World Championship Pagarlea.